Hey, good morning everyone and welcome to AJ's allotment. So today we are the 29th of December. So I really hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and didn't eat too many mince pies. So yeah, I've managed to make it up to the allotments. I'm really excited because for the last 2 days I've been yearning to get up here. I've been sorting my seed box out and I really want to make a real good go of it. So I've had some amazing comments from subscribers and wishing me well and hoping that I do come back to making more videos and getting back into the swing of things. So it's really encouraged me and spurred me on. So today, like I say, I'm up here just to get a more of a plan formulated, and I've brought up my cardboard. So the advantage to online Christmas shopping is I've got some boxes there from where I've had my deliveries. And also I've bought a few bits from a home base because our local home base has closed down, and they were selling a few things on a little bit cheaper. So I'll just pop you around and I'll show you what I've managed to buy. So yeah, they were selling these cold frames which are 60 by 120 by 120, so that's quite big really. Centimetres, a cold frame. It looked quite sturdy. It's got plenty of eyes for fastening down. So when I've decided where it's going to go, that's definitely going to be going on this plot on 78A. So I purchased that because it was half price. It was normally £50 and it was down to well, not quite half price. I think it was down to about £25. And I've got some of this just to define my beds a bit better. It's not a huge sort of fix, but it'll be a good temporary measure just for myself, just so I know more about what I'm doing and where I want my bed. So I thought I'd try and use this. I'm not saying it's going to work for definite, but they were 73p, something like that, each instead of £2 something. And so I've got plenty of cardboard and I've got some more rabbit manure, and I managed to get this pop-up tunnel. I think it was about £6. Where was it £6? Something like that. Whereas it's normally a lot more expensive. I think it's normally £20, something like that. So hopefully that'll be quite sturdy. So I've managed to get a couple of buys. And like I say, today's main focus is actually getting the cardboard down and the rabbit manure. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll maybe come back and show you that. And so in fact, before I do that, I'll do a very, very quick tour. Right, so as you can see, the plot's really looking sorry for itself and miserable. The nettles are starting to grow back and everything else in this corner. I need to get the tapping kit sorted on the water butts, that needs doing. So I think I might have told you last time, if not, this is going to be where I've got a plastic grow house. Probably about the size of one of these. It was the ones that Wilco have in. It was my mum's, she didn't want it, so I'm going to put that on here. So what I'm thinking is that's going to sit around here, and then this area I might try and get some slabs or something and then have this as a potting area. And then this part of the bed I might move my strawberries to, because they're there at the moment and they did terrible because of the shading from the tree. So I think I might, once that's in, I'm going to move my strawberry bed to here, I think. So strawberry and possibly salad, or all strawberries, because I've got quite a lot of runners at home as well. But it's mad how this has grown over so quick. I had it all prepared and it's completely covered again. The thing is, at the moment, it's just too wet. It's too wet to mow. It's too wet to trim. So I could really do to get hold of some plastic again and get it covered. I've been really disappointed with my colettes. I had high hopes for these, and they've just been absolutely savaged by whitefly. But I'm not going to give up on them just yet, because the whitefly seems to be dying back a bit now. So I'm going to keep hope that they may still come good. So I'm not going to pull them out, I'm going to leave them in. I mean, they do, I've never grown them before, so I'm not sure how big the collets are supposed to get. Those look quite good. Let's have a look around. That's the bags of rabbit manure, and I know that I can get hold of more of it, so that's what's going to go down as a mulch because it worked really well before. Yeah, so look, they've all been had by the whitefly, so I'm not sure how big they're supposed to be before you actually pick them. So I'll give them a bit longer. But look at this. So I'm going to have to use better protection this coming season. Didn't exactly get my Christmas sprouts that I wanted. Look at those. Pathetic. And the kale is doing shocking. So I'm going to just tidy this up a bit. As you can see, my cabbages have been eaten. Yeah, a bit disappointing, but you know, that's the way it is. So this is the bed that I'm going to be working on today. So I'm going to be trying to get the grass away, get things out that have been left in, like carrots and stuff, and then I'm going to lay the cardboard down and put the rabbit mulch on there. Yeah, this is my strawberry beds. Look, completely overgrown with couch grass as well. Again, this annoys the hell out of me, this couch grass. But I want these moving to give them a better start. I'm not happy with this bed at all. I might just turn this into a flower bed. So they're going to get moved, but that's not going to happen today, obviously, because I've got a lot of preparation to do. Moving on, so in what I would like to see for the future, you'll have to excuse the wind, the wind's got up. I'd like to have no grass at all, and I'd like this all to be wood chipped and have like you know, snowdrops, tulips, daffodils all planted in the wood chip, so they just come through naturally. But I don't know if I'll get that done this year, but it's in my mind's eye, that's definitely what I want, because I just can't keep on top because it's couch grass and it just invades. I suppose the success of the year has been what I did last year and spent that time on this bed area. You know, the weeds haven't terribly got bad. It was all cardboarded, it was mulched with the rabbit manure and homemade compost, it was wood chipped, and it's pretty much been easier to maintain and keep on top of. Besides we had a bit of dock, but besides that, it's been quite good. So I've got my broad beans in here. I don't think there's any sign of those yet, but I only put those in, was it a week ago, something like that, so I don't expect I'll see those for a few weeks, though I was late getting them in. But I know they're in there, and hopefully they'll come up fine. Under here, I mean, all the fleece is getting ripped, but I've got my winter lettuce, so I can maybe have a bit of that. That's hanging in there. But yeah, so I'm going to keep this as a salad bed, and hopefully I'll use the tunnel to keep a bit of warmth in there once I get that set up. Obviously over here I'm going to extend the Jerusalem artichokes out to be in this area here. I've got some spindly Cavolo de Nero here. Yeah, it's not really doing a great deal, but it might pick up come spring. All the garlics popped up, so I'm really chuffed with that. I didn't think they would actually. I thought I'd lose them and then dig them up by accident, but no, they've come up really nice, so that's a success. I haven't planted any onions or anything yet because I'm not sure on that, so that's the remainder of the artichokes, and I've put some more back in where I removed. So this pretty much is sort of organised. There's a bit of weeding to be done, and I need to stop that grass from creeping in. So under here, despite putting polythene down and wood chip over the top, the brambles and nettles have found the way through. So I took protective measures and it didn't work because the weeds have just settled on the top anyway. So it's quite disappointing when that happens. So I'll just clear them out again. I kept this section covered completely this year, so I know under here is going to be dying down quite well, but I'm not going to lift it just yet. And again, I need to get this bed weeded because it's taken a hold quite quickly, and we don't want that. Again, this was all wood chip. It's where I had my potatoes last year. and it's, like I say, very quickly weeded over. So I need to be coming up during the next month and doing a couple of hours at a time. I would like around the compost bin to be slabbed, just again to keep on top. But it's all expense and it's money I can't really justify at this moment in time. So I need to get this cleared round. This has died back quite well. Although again, look, it does need keeping on top of because them nettles are soon going to make an appearance. So yes, down the back of here, I'd like it all slabbed or membraned or something. Come around here, as you can see, I need to get this bramble out ASAP. But the rhubarb is a little bit confused and it is already on its way up. But obviously we are expecting the cold weather and the frosts yet, because we're still in December just, and it's a little bit early. So yeah, everything's a little bit confused I think this year. This is the beast of the bramble that we keep cutting back. So our plans are, hopefully when Jonathan and myself have got some time together, we're going to get this all cut out and chipped down. But yeah, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. It grows all through the plot. These are the raspberry crowns that I brought from home and divided up. There's one. As you can see, look, the bramble's grown through again. 2, 3 and 4. So I need to tidy this bed, get it edged out and get rid of the brambles and get that a nice bit of a top dressing put on there, I think. And again, like I say, just general weeding and edging. So my main focus is really just redefining the beds and getting back on top. I'm not overly stressed because I've got a plan, and with a plan I can take some action. The apple tree, again, maybe could do with a bit more pruning. I don't think we did it hard enough last year. And this plum tree, I'm not sure as to whether I want to keep it or not. It's 2 trees on one rootstock, 2 different types of plums, but every year it rots, and I miss the plums because they either get earwig larvae in them or they get brown rot. So I'm not sure how much I want to keep them or whether I just really want to cut them back and see how they go. And then here, as I said, I did polythene and wood chip, but it's the brambles have still come through. But I've got my golden raspberry, so these all need cutting down, and I need to sort this middle section out because I've got some more raspberry runners. But until I get on top of the bramble, I don't want to expose any more soil because it just keeps taking over. So yes, it's a bit messy, but I've got a plan. And I think when I originally started, I did say 5 years, didn't I? And this is year 3, is it? I'm heading into year 4, so I've still got time. But yes, I'm back. So for all those who've been asking, I am hopefully back. Yeah, so fingers crossed, I can really get stuck in. I've realistically got to do as much work as possible in the next month because, as I say, as of February, I start my degree, and I'm not sure how taxing it's going to be. So I'm doing a degree in psychology and counselling, but my first modules are all about health and science, so it's going to be quite mathematical and quite sciencey. So it's really going to be a challenge on the brain, which hasn't worked for a while. So it depends on how much time that's going to take, and obviously I still home educate Joshua, who we need to be hitting GCSE work now, so that's going to take a bit more time up. But there's never an excuse, so on any spare time I do have, or an hour a day, I'm going to be on the plots and trying my hardest to get my plans put into action and not get too distracted this year. And obviously, you know, William's a bit older now, so things get a little bit easier with bringing him down, but they get bored very quickly. They're not into the gardening, they like the harvesting, but they're not into the boring sort of aspects of it. Yeah, so in answer to everyone's questions, I am back, and I'm going to do a little bit now, and I might show you what I've achieved by the end. Right, so I'm out of puff now, wowzers. So it might not look too much, but what I've managed to get done is I've managed to edge round this bed here and take out anything that was no longer growing or worthy. So what I've done is especially with the straw part of the bedding, the rabbit bedding, I've put around the chard. It'll just give it that little extra protection when the frosts come. But it has started to come back quite nice actually. So hopefully we'll have a bit of that, especially seeing us through to spring if all goes well. So I've weeded everything out, and then I've put the bedding down here, and I've started to make some cardboard paths. But yes, I've managed to edge round most of this bed here, so it's now got clear definition, and pulled the couch out, which yeah, I'm knackered. But yeah, so that's it looks a bit neater and a bit tidier, and it's got a bit more purpose. So next time I come, I will do the bed there with the cabbages in and get that done as well. I've still got 6 bags there of rabbit bedding, and I know I can get some more most weekends if nobody else wants it. Put another mound on there, but yeah, that's all I've got done. I've been up here a couple of hours, and I'm ready for my dinner now, so I'm going to go home and get that. But yeah, it's progress. I still don't know what I'm going to put in these beds yet. I was thinking I was going to put potatoes here, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do them in tubs or not, because I'm not overly fussed on anything other than my earlers. I like to have Charlottes, so I might actually do potatoes in tubs this year. But I'm not sure, so I need to have a think on that. But these are all obviously staying in through the winter, and that kale looks like it's picking up a bit, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it picks back up. What I forgot to say earlier is last year I had flowers here, and I've let it get overgrown, trying not to walk on it too much, but I noticed the anemones are coming up and wanting to flower. So I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle this bed without disturbing them, or whether I should dig them up and try and move them, but I'm not sure how they do to be dug up. So any suggestions on that, please leave a comment below. But yeah, they're the anemones. There should be some daffs and things in here as well, but I just don't know how I'm going to get to the bottom of it to find them all. It got really overgrown with this couch grass. It's just a nightmare. It's like a blanket everywhere. Just seeing if I can see underneath it. I suppose I might be able to. Yeah, you see, look here, the signs of the bulbs trying to come up. So might have to wait until they're visible before I tackle this area. But this isn't going to be a bed like that anymore. I want it to be a raised beds. So I might, like I say, move my flowers into these beds here, and take the strawberries out. But yeah, so that's my plans so far and how I've got on today. But yeah, there's the manure in that. It should do quite well, because there's enough time for it to start to decay down before main planting season. So from a very tired and hungry Amanda, I'd like to say thank you very much. Please remember to like and subscribe. And here is to a fantastic 2019, or should I say a productive 2019. I do hope you all have a very happy new year, and I'll see you on the other side. So take care for now. Bye.